Hello, everybody. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are...
Hopefully awesome.
That's right, a positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky things we love. And today's geeky things include our weekend box office stories.
Woo-hoo.
Of course, we've got some James Gunn news for DC, some Barney movie updates. We're going to be talking some Paw Patrol, the creator, and No One Will Save You.
Oh,
But of course,
the creator of Paw Patrol.
Oh, no, 3 movies. And, of course, X-Men. Because this is the Hopefully Awesome Show, our weekly podcast where Maggie and I recap all the nerdy news from the previous week, specifically bent on the movies and TV and nerdy stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be good times. We're going to have a good time tonight. We got some fun stuff to chit-chat about. And it's Monday. Again. Maggie? How's your Monday going?
It's going good. Got my pregnant lady snack. Pure sugar.
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
For our audio listeners, Maggie has a tub of cotton candy that's at least 4 gallons big.
No, it's not. He's lying. It's 2 ounces.
2?
Yeah.
Like, is that by weight or by size?
By...
Or is there a difference?
I don't know. It says net weight, 2 ounces.
I don't understand how things work.
One tub is 220 calories.
There you go.
Party.
So, what's wrong? I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, you gotta eat for little booger. You know,
he getting big too.
Yeah, he is. Good God,
my belly's huge.
But you never looked more beautiful, Maggie. Aww. Hey, everybody, check it out. Our screen looks a lot better.
Yeah.
We
invested in stuff.
Yeah, I got the Elgato cam link. So we was using, I should have grabbed it, but we was using one of those $20 cam link rip-offs, basically. And yeah, decided, hey, let's give this a shot. And my God,
Jerry Nana,
so much better. Like it's stupid how much better it is.
Like, actually, our faces, I feel like, are actually whole.
And like, we're smooth. We're not like jittery.
Yeah.
You know, and there's not a bunch of freaking grain everywhere.
Wow.
Anyway, so if you're watching us live, welcome to the party. If you're in the replay, put hashtag replay gang. And if you're in the live chat, just say, what up? What up? Good job, Maggie. Right. What up? You know what else is up, Maggie?
Box office.
The news. Because it's time for the news.
Good news, everyone.
All right, everybody.
I had a piece of cotton candy stuck to the roof of my mouth the whole entire time.
Dude.
I did.
Oh, nice. So, everybody, it's time for the box office.
Party.
We do have a slide for the box office.
Oh, whoops. I apologize. I'm very excited about this tub of candy.
So, we're thinking about turning the TV up and down. Let us know in the chat what you think. We're thinking about doing that. Actually, we're thinking about scrapping the whole set, just redoing it. Like, redoing the whole thing. Thinking about it like a chair situation. We got like 2 chairs.
You can see all the weird ways to sit.
Yeah. You know, maybe like a fern.
We'll have to... You're funny.
No, I'm not. I'm being serious. Like, maybe like a fake plant. Maybe like a little...
A ficus.
Yeah, ficus.
Mincus
ficus.
Monster.
Can I have like a little table?
Cactus.
Get a little table thing going on. The new Elgato is great. Thank you.
Thanks, Jerriana.
Thank you, Jerriana. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I was like staring at it the other night. We're like, is it really working?
Yeah, we was filming Matt plus Maggie for this month, so that's getting ready to go up for patrons and members alike. Maggie, of course, we had 4 movies open up this weekend.
Woo woo!
We watched 2 of them. Do you want to take a guess at where at least the 3 that you know of? That was my foot, if you thought something was knocking.
Oh, I figured it was something. Like
okay.
That.
Do you want to take a guess where the movies opened? Now, obviously, I'm talking about Paw Patrol,
Girls.
Saw X, and the creator.
I don't know about the fourth. I don't know about it.
Everybody throw it in the chat if you think you know where what went where. It's fine. There's words in there somewhere.
It's kind of slurred together there, Matt.
It's Monday. What do you think's in this cup? All right.
Number one, I would like to say the creator, just because of how our theater was.
Yeah, packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's a good amount of people there.
Yeah.
Which kind of surprised me.
Yeah. It's a good sci-fi flick.
I don't know. And Saw, I don't know.
I mean, Saw's big.
I know.
It's October.
I know.
The Nun has been running game for like the past month. So, I mean, people are ready for some more.
Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol is first.
So what do you think, Maggie?
You know, I was thinking that too, Jerry. You know, I really want to put it to Paw Patrol. I really do.
Locking it in?
Locking it in.
All right, everybody. She's locking it in. At number one, brand new to the box office, Paw Patrol, the Mighty Movie, opened with $23 million, $47 million worldwide.
And we watched it.
Yes, we did. We will be talking about Paw Patrol and the creator. And then we're also going to talk about, there's a Hulu movie called Nobody's Gonna Save You. Nobody Will Save You.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that also. But don't worry, that's later on in the thing. So,
Driana, if you're looking at the box office right now, stop.
I don't think she is. So Paw Patrol opened $23 million this week, and the first film opened on August 20th, 2021, to a $13.1 million domestic opening.
Oh, well, that was also, I think, around
2021.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I could see that.
Yeah.
It went on to total gross domestic $40 million, and it has already made $47 million worldwide. Now, worldwide, it went on to gross $144 million, the first one. So,
wow.
I do think this one's going to take it easily.
Yeah. Way to go. Here we go. I'm going to name them all. Way to go, Chase, Marshall, Sky, Rubble, Rocky, and Liberty, and the Junior Paw Patrol. Remember when I just did not want her to watch Paw Patrol?
Do you remember the Roots when the one guy from the Roots was naming all the Pokemon and Jimmy Fallon just took a nap? That's so great. That's what I was wanting to do, but there's no slow push.
Oh,
I wish I could make that. You know,
and Zuma.
Who the fuck is Zuma?
That's the doggy that got the water powers.
See, okay, here's my complaint. All right, there's a fire dog. Okay, he's a fireman.
I know, that's such irony.
Hang on. He's a fireman.
Yeah. Marshall.
And his superpowers are fire.
Yeah.
Which means he can shoot fireballs. Now, but there's another dog who gets the power of water.
Yeah.
Which is what I think the fireman should have. Obviously. Hello, Megan.
You forgot to do it. Hello, Megan.
Anyway.
No, I agree with you. I was thinking the same thing yesterday. I was like, why? I understand Zuma because he's on a boat all the time. Like, that's why. But Marshall could have the setup for claiming some insurance money. Setting stuff on fire. Jesus, need my help?
All right, here we go. Wow.
I'll
get you, Paw Patrol.
All right.
I am Mandark. Are you doing the one where it was the little kid that made the cartoon? Because that's the one I always reference.
Oh, really?
Where it's like a little kid recorded an entire cartoon. I almost said Dennis the Menace. And sent it in, I guess. I don't know if it was like a Make-A-Wish or a contest or something.
Which the creator of Dexter's love that stuff. Yeah.
They animated it. Yeah. And it's terrible. I mean, kid was 7. So, I mean, comparatively not bad, but still.
Number 2,
Maggie, brand new to the box office.
the creator.
Saw 10.
Ah!
Oh wait, I didn't finish. Paw Patrol 3 will release in 2026. They've already greenlit it and set the release date. Ooh. All right, so Saw 10 opened to 18 million, 29.3 million worldwide. This is the 10th film in the Saw franchise and the highest rated on Rotten Tomatoes with 86%.
Really?
Yep, so far. The previous film, Spiral, which is the most recent before this one, opened to 8.7 million on May 14th, 2021, which was the lowest grossing of the franchise. It had actually been going down the past few movies up until this one. Saw X is now tied for the 5th slot for opening weekend with the original Saw that opened on October 29th, 2004 and made 18.2 million. So very, very close to each other. Just wild that that's the case. And yeah, that's it. That's all I have on Saw. What do you think? I'm glad it's doing good. People love it.
Yeah, people love it. I don't know. I think the only one
the first
I
one.
ever saw. No.
You didn't watch the first one? The first one's good. It has Danny Glover in it.
It was a double feature at a drive-in. And I went with a bunch of friends. And, you know, if you do a double feature at a drive-in.
I thought I was going to sneeze. Sorry.
It's okay. I was trying to make sure he's okay. You're like there till like 2 a.m.
Like when we watched Fast 10 and...
the most random.
Or no, Fast 9.
Oh, yeah.
And They Live.
Anyways, there's 2 new movies. I can't remember the first one off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But the second one was like Saw
3D
5 or 6.
Mm.
And I remember my friend Heather and I, we fell asleep in her car.
I'd really like to know what the first movie was.
I can't remember.
I'd love to know.
I bet I could ask Heather and be like, hey, what was that double feature we fell asleep in the car to?
The only double feature I went before me and you went to Fast 9 was a Scary Movie and Scream 3. And I watched it with my parents. And it was very awkward.
I'll say it was.
Especially Scary Movie. Just super awkward. And I was at like the perfect age of like 11 or 12. The perfect where it's age. Like, it's just old enough to feel super awkward about it, you know? But not young enough to be oblivious and not old enough to be able to, you know, talk about penises.
Yeah.
With my mom and dad. All right, moving on.
Matt.
I'm not going there. Number 3, brand new to the box office. The Creator opened to $14 million, respectively, for a movie, a non-franchise original sci-fi film. Yes. That's respectable. And worldwide, it's at $32.3 million, and its budget is only $80 million. Man, $80 million. It looked that good.
Wow.
Yeah, he did something.
Crazy. I'm sorry. I'm like speechless by that.
No, I know, right? Like, it looks really good. He did something. I didn't read the whole thing, but he did something where he was filming with like a $4,000 camera. Like, I mean, compared to like, you know, the $1 million cameras that they shoot with normally. Like this is like not necessarily consumer grade, but like a step above consumer grade. Mm-hmm. And like it's so small that he could like he would get in there with it like a handy cam and stuff. Yeah. So like apparently that helped save on the budget. But I mean, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it does.
Obviously, we're going to talk about the Creator much later in the episode, but definitely it's a beautiful movie. So it's surprising that it only cost $80 million. That's wild. Yeah. Then at number 4, dropping from the number 1 spot, The Nun 2 sticking around.
No!
With 4.6 million, bringing its domestic total to 76.7 million and 231 million worldwide. A blazing success for the Conjuring universe.
What can I say?
Exactly. At number 5, brand new to the box office, Maggie.
Oh no! What
Here
is
it?
Here
it is, Maggie. It's called. Ready for this?
Oh God!
It's called. I told Maggie that there was a 4th movie that opened. And that neither of us had heard of it. And I couldn't wait to tell her about this movie tonight. So, at number 5, it's called The Blonde.
Side?
Nope. The Blonde. It made $4.9 million. Wait, that can't be right. Well, because The Nun 2 made 4.6. So, and The Blonde was less than The Nun 2. So maybe I accidentally hit the wrong button, but made a little over 4 million. It has no worldwide numbers. All right. You ready for this? I can't wait.
Is it the synopsis by any chance or summary?
Yeah, I've got the synopsis.
Okay.
All right, ready? This is how it's advertised. I can't wait.
All right. Give it to me.
Long before Phil Robertson was a reality TV star, he fell in love and started a family.
No!
But his demons threatened to tear their lives apart.
No, they made a movie.
This is the true story that started a dynasty. A duck dynasty. It doesn't say a duck dynasty, but that's, yeah.
Oh, man.
What do you think? What do you think about that?
I mean, I'm not surprised.
What do you always say, that one, the old one? Yippee yippee or some shit like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Uncle Si?
Yeah, you know, and be like, giddy, giddy, giddy. I have no idea.
I will say I was very much into Duck
He
Dynasty.
said something all the time. It was like his fucking catchphrase or something. It was like, happy, happy, happy. Was that it?
No, that
The
was
happy, happy,
that was
happy?
Phil's. That was Phil's. That was the dad.
Well, I don't know. I'm proud that I don't know their names anymore, okay? Listen. I don't want to get into it, all right? I'm not going to tear down Duck Dynasty, all right? Are they a bunch of fucking liars? And do they support just the most horrendous and horrific fucks in America? Yes. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not tearing them down, but they are just the absolute worst.
I'm just...
Nah, I watched Duck Dynasty when it was
I
cool,
watched it too.
You know, back in like, what, 11 years ago?
2011?
Probably 13 or 14 is when I watched it.
I remember I read one of the books. I think it was about the oldest brother.
Yeah.
How he went to business school and stuff, and how he met his wife. Yes. Uncle Si did. He carried around a certain cup. He had a certain cup that had sweet tea in it all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's four brothers.
4 brothers.
Yeah, but the oldest one, you didn't see him a whole lot.
There was one that was a minister, and he didn't have a beard. Here's the thing, okay?
That was him. That's the oldest brother.
Here's the thing. None of them looked like this. This is all a lie.
Yeah, none
like,
of them.
This was crafted. This is not real. This is like Larry the Cable Guy, except it's not a joke. They are just literally lying, okay? And then they took that and was like, God's not dead. Like, I'm just cutting to you. Like, I say something fucking awful, and then I just cut it to a full frame of you. Nah, I'm just kidding. All right. Anything? Should we just move on? I mean, are you surprised?
I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole Robertson family, well, not all of them, but most of them, they have been involved with most of the movies made by those companies.
Yeah.
It doesn't shock me.
Yeah. Do you think there's any conspiracy theories online yet about why the theaters are all empty, even though people are buying tickets to it?
Oh, God.
I mean, you know that it's going to face the same stuff that The Sound of Freedom faced. Like, you know that. I mean, I'm surprised they don't give you like a free fucking chicken sandwich with every ticket that you buy. I mean, you know what I mean?
Hello? Yes, please. Free chicken sandwich.
Yeah, but you also have to make a donation to a good cause after if you're going to do that.
Is one of them the World Wildlife Fund?
WWF? All right. Are we...
Her pet.
Is there anything else we need to say about this? I don't want to... PETA? Hey, PETA. All right. Let's move on.
What did Peter say out to himself?
That was Lois.
I did not say
Hey,
Lois.
Peter. Oh, Peter. Peter. Hey, Lois. All right. Are we done?
Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, we're moving. All right, moving on. Number 6, dropping for the number 3 slot. A Haunting in Venice.
Woo!
Add an additional 3.8 million, bringing its domestic total up to 31.6 million. 89 million worldwide. Hopefully it's enough to just end this franchise forever. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't horrible. It's just...
It wasn't bad. Then at number 7, up from the number 8 slot, so it actually went up a slot. Dumb Money added an additional 3.5 million, bringing its total up to 7.3 million. Worldwide gross of 8 million. And it added 2,221 theaters this week.
What's your deal?
Let's see what's going on.
Just go, You wanting down?
It's probably one's down, yeah.
Okay, I'll put you down.
It added an additional 2,221 theaters this week. Everybody say goodbye, Lucy.
Goodbye, Lucy. Say bye-bye.
There's some Lus in the chat if you got them. I'll drop them in there.
Be getting hot.
I can see that. It is hot in here. Then, where are we at?
My contact's like going crazy.
Dumb Money added 2,221 theaters this week. So now it's pretty much wide now at this point. At number 8, dropping from the number 4 slot, The Equalizer 3 sticking around with another 2.7 million.
Hey, we got a father and son combo in the box office. Denzel and John
and the
David.
creator. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
With 85.9 million total domestic, 158.3 million worldwide. The Expendables 4 drops from number 2 to number 9, adding an additional 2.4 million, bringing its domestic gross to $13 million. And its worldwide gross to $19 million. And at number 10, closing out the box office this week, dropping from the number 5 spot, Barbie, still in the top 10,
still
with an
raging
additional 1.4 million added.
The poster is still up at our local theater.
It is, bringing its domestic total to $633 million and worldwide $1.433 billion.
0.333. You sound like the calculator.
$4.433 billion.
0.333.
And just as a little tribute, I wanted to go ahead and throw this in here because it's not been out of the top 10 since it came out.
Well,
Oppenheimer down to number 16, adding an additional $650,000, bringing its worldwide gross to $933.6 million. It will not, calling it right now, it will not hit $1 billion. Unfortunate.
We're all gonna die.
Unfortunate.
Rest in power.
They could, say that. They could re-release it, like, put some extra footage on it or something and throw, like, the first 5 minutes of Doom 2 before it in IMAX, and, like, there you go. There's another $50 million. You know what I mean? Because at this point, that's all they need. They only need, like, what, $47 million? 46.4? That's not a lot. Like, they could do that if they really wanted to hit the $1 billion. Do they need it? No, they don't. And
Do
lastly,
they deserve it?
I mean,
Not
I
Zaslav.
guess.
Not Zaslav.
That's Universal.
What?
Oppenheimer is Universal.
whoops.
Barbie is
I was
Zaslav.
thinking about Barbie. I'm sorry.
It's okay. And plus, I could see that. Nolan always works with Warner Brothers.
My bad.
Lastly, for the box office news this week, Beyonce will release Renaissance, her concert film, through AMC theaters following the Taylor Swift deal.
Please, can we get the tickets to go watch it? Because it's going to save us so much more money than seeing her live.
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah, totally. It opens in December.
Okay.
And yeah, it's same deal that Taylor Swift did. Self-financed, releasing through, like, straight through the theater system, not going through, like, anything. Taylor opened something, man. I'm telling you, the world is forever changed. I'm watching football now. It's crazy. What a time to be alive. All right.
Watching football in Toy Story mode.
That was terrible. But I will say there was a video of who was it? It was Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman and the director Sean Levy.
Yeah.
Leaving the game, but in front of them, like that's how it was advertised. Okay,
Yeah.
but the first people it shows is Taylor Swift and Blake Lively leaving the game, and then the three boys are behind them. So like they went together to the football game with that guy, that everybody's real psyched about.
Oh, that bro, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently everybody's like, well, not everybody, but there's a lot of NFL fans that are really pissed about this whole thing.
Really?
Yeah, because the NFL, apparently, they keep cutting away to see Taylor's reactions to all the plays. And they're like, she has nothing to do with this. And like,
hey,
I
guess
don't know.
what? It's football. It always happens.
Like, who gives a shit? Like, people are watching. Buddy boy, listen, they don't care if you've been watching football for 40, 100 years, okay?
They know who's watching.
They know where the
now.
money's coming from, all right? And that's the Swifties.
Yeah, the Swifties are taking over the NFL.
So, I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Some things will never change.
She even painted her nails the same color as the team. So.
Wow. You should paint your nails the same color as my team. Team Hopefully Awesome.
Oh.
Yellow, blue, and pink.
Well, I was going to paint them green, your favorite color, but okay.
I mean, you could do that too if you want. Well, if you paint them blue like my eyes.
I can't see how
All right. Anything else you want to say about the box office and or Taylor Swift?
Go Swifties.
Story number 2. That's right, everybody. We got some X-Men news. Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. This is what we do. This is our whole fucking thing. Okay. We just waste fucking time. All right. Try and get more ads to play. I'm joking.
It's gone.
Hey, that's okay.
Aggressive ads. Turn on aggressive ads.
There is a setting for aggressive ads.
No, that's what I'm saying. That ours is what like it's.
I think it's moderate.
Moderate.
Yeah, but like it doesn't make any sense. Like YouTube like does it itself, and so like if you have YouTube Red, obviously you don't see it, or YouTube Premium, whatever the hell they call it now. But then like it'll play an ad ever so often, but if you have seen the ad, like you don't necessarily get an ad every time. So like on Twitch, when they hit the button to show an ad, everybody sees it.
Yeah.
It's not the same on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Like they take into account like when the last time you saw an ad was.
Yeah, you're watching somebody play Fortnite and they're like, hey guys, you can blah blah blah, don't get ads. And then like 15 commercials start rolling.
Literally 15.
You're like, why?
Talking about you, Nick A30.
Yeah.
Anyway. Thank God we don't play Fortnite anymore. Maggie, did you say punk? Via Deadline, Marvel Studios execs Marvel Studios execs meetings to hear writers' pitches for X-Men.
I want to go.
That's right. They are now receiving pitches for X-Men now that the writer's strike is over.
Use different people, like different heroes, please.
So here's some deets. Marvel will start setting writer meetings later this fall for pitches on its anticipated X-Men movie. Insiders add there is no rush to fill the job since the film hasn't been dated yet, and it's more likely that the writer decision will be made at the top of 2024. While it will still be a bit before an X-Men movie makes it to theaters, the news that Marvel has started development on the live-action pick is sure to excite fans of the franchise who have been begging for a new movie since Disney's acquisition of 20th Century Fox and its library in 2019. Following the Fox acquisition, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige has been overseeing the development process, but there has been no rush to reboot the franchise with so many other projects farther along in development. That said, Marvel has had its fun with fans teasing what an X-Men movie was on the horizon by dropping hints in its movies and TV shows, specifically at the end of its, spoiler alert, Ms. Marvel series, where a character in an end credit scene dropped the word mutant This scene seemed to signal the emergence of mutants that make up the X-Men team. Maggie.
Metahumans.
Thoughts. Metahumans. This isn't Smallville.
I know. I was thinking about Young Justice. That's what.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exciting. I'm glad they're not going to rush it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I'm kind of surprised that they've not.
I mean, Feige has been like waiting on this.
I'm just surprised that it's not already, not necessarily like taking pitches, but like that they don't already have a plan.
Yeah.
Because like the whole thing is having a plan. What's up? What caught your eye?
Who's that dork?
That's Mephisto. No, you want to know something fun, Maggie? Who's that?
That's Cyclops.
Who's that?
Wait a second.
That's right. So this is actually from a run that was pretty fun. I think it was called the Uncanny X-Men, maybe.
Oh yeah.
These were the original.
Yeah.
That were like taken out of time.
Yeah.
And brought to present day, and so like they're like, "What the fuck?" Because that's Beast.
Yeah.
Before he turned blue.
Wow.
Yeah, and like Jean Grey was already dead at this point. Yeah, and like Iceman in the past realizes he's gay. But Iceman in the current present is like, I'm not gay. And like it's a whole thing where he's like fighting himself. Like, you know, and they're like, bro, just it's fine. Yeah. And he's like, I'm not. Shut up.
Love yourself.
Like it was a whole thing. And I didn't read any of it. I read like 2 issues and was like, oh, this is cool. And then I didn't have money. And I was
you didn't have money.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I'm not going to keep buying it for like $5 every 2 weeks. Like, good God, I got too much Smallville comics to buy to do this. Man, you want to know how dedicated I was to Smallville comics?
How dedicated were you?
When they first announced the Smallville comics, okay, it was a part of DC's digital initiative, okay? So that's when they did Batman 66 and Smallville and I don't know, a couple others. And so they would release chapters weekly for 99 cents, okay? And then every 3 chapters they would put as a single issue, okay? And like that would be printed and that would come out on the 4th week. Okay, so each month 3 chapters, 1 printed, and then the next month would start all over. Then they would collect all 4 of the printed issues, right, as one collection trade paperback. And that was an episode. Okay. So 12 chapters digitally, 3 printed issues, 1 trade paperback equals 1 episode. I would buy all the digital issues for 99 cents. And then I would turn around and buy the printed issues. Because I wanted to support.
He wanted all.
But I didn't buy the collections. I was this close to buying them. And now I kind of wish I had them now. Because it's just so much easier to read. But let me tell you, reading it week to week sucked ass. It was awful. It was so awful, man. Like, imagine you read like 4 pages of a comic. And they're like, all right, see you next week. It sucks. It was terrible. I'm like trying to keep up with, like, because it takes 12 weeks to read a story, you know? And like the story is an episode. Ugh. All right, so back to X-Men. Man, what do you hope to see out of a Marvel MCU X-Men film?
I don't know. Not like, yes, I would like to see Wolverine, but like a younger one, you know? Do
you want him to do like a more comic accurate Wolverine where he's like short and stout?
Like I'm serious.
Like look at him. Like, I mean, he's supposed to be like 5'4" or something, like a Wolverine. You know, he's like,
I want them to.
That's Wolverine in the comics.
I want a whole movie about Orf.
Should there? Okay, do you want them to go like an Avengers route and have like individual setup movies before they come together and become the X-Men?
No. I'm sorry. I'm over those.
Yeah.
I'm over
it. Would be a lot to try and do that now.
Did your teeth hit that cup?
Maybe. I don't want to talk about it. Nah, I mean, like, I'm with you. Like I don't know. Like, it's got to be different from the Fox X-Men, of course.
Yeah. And it needs to be. And like, we don't need to use Jean Grey for the gazillionth time.
Can be honest. Honestly, I just don't. I think we need to see how Secret Wars plays out.
Yeah.
Before I can really decide on anything. Because that's taking a lot into account. Like, are they rebooting the entire universe? Yeah. Like, is Wolverine gonna be like somebody who was in World War II with Captain America? You know, like what are we doing? You know, in a post Secret Wars thing. Will she be married to T'Challa? You know, are they gonna fix that? Like, are they gonna reboot the universe and now Black Panther is back? But I mean, it's a different universe. You know, like I don't know. And like Iron Man will be back, but it won't be. Like, I mean, are they gonna do all that? And if they do all that, is it gonna be any good at that point? And like, what is that? How does the X-Men then play into that? And Fantastic Four, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many variables, and like, it makes my head hurt. And like, I get it because Marvel needs to like
make money.
Well, yeah, but they also need to like wipe the slate clean. Yeah, because now we're dealing with 15 years of storylines, right? And so it's basically becoming the comic book problem, which is there's too much continuity. It almost becomes impenetrable for new watchers, right? Yeah. And like, sure, kids growing up like can get into it, but eventually it's going to be not something they want to watch, right? So like, that's why they have these big events that wipe the slate clean. And like, honestly, Infinity War and Endgame should have done that. Yeah. But like, they didn't have a good plan for a post Endgame. And so they just kind of kept things going. And like, that should have been the first movie out of Endgame should have been a great jumping on point. And like, you could have not watched the rest of it and been fine. But like, you come into this and like, now you're good. But literally everything they released after it was so important that you had seen everything else. Everything
was just woven into each other.
Yeah. WandaVision, Loki, Captain America, like Falcon and Winter Soldier. I mean, freaking Black Widow took place before Infinity War, you know? I mean, sure, you had some stuff like Eternals and Shang-Chi, which would work on its own, but... Yeah. But I mean, even Spider-Man, like, it was very much because of everything that had happened, so...
I'm sorry, guys, I keep on going lower and lower.
It's okay. Just back hurting.
Back's hurting. Also, the belly's just, like, huge.
You're so beautiful.
Thanks.
I love you.
Thanks.
What are you doing? God. So I don't know. I mean, I'm excited to see what they do with it. I think there's I've kind of lost my faith in Marvel a little bit. Like, I feel like Daredevil when his world burned down and he had a crisis of faith. Like, that's where I'm at right now. Like, you know,
like I'm hoping Loki gives me a little bit of faith.
Dude, if Loki season 2 ends up being trash, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I feel bad for Loki season 2 because it is holding so much on its shoulders. Oh yeah, you know, and like I'm expecting perfection. You know, like I am expecting something great, and like if it doesn't deliver. I mean, especially after Secret Invasion, after Quantumania, after Multiverse of Madness, if I'm being totally honest. Like, it's gonna be tough, man. And like, I don't even know what I would want from a rebooted universe. Like, I don't know. It reminds me of like the reason I got out of comics, you know? Because like I would get to like New 52 and they'd do all these things and like, 5 years later, now we got to rewash everything again, you know? And everything changes again.
Like, I got into the Batgirl 52 and Catwoman, and then I think I got Batwoman. Like, I loved following all that. And then they're like, hey, this is Batgirl Burnside. And I was like, huh? No, I like this Batgirl. I want more of her.
Sorry, that was
Jesus.
That was my man. I accidentally hit it with my elbow.
And I'm like, no. I like her, but then I read that one, the other one, Batgirl of Burnside. And I was like, "Oh, this is really good."
Yeah,
but still, yet my heart was still with the 52 Batgirl.
And like, but when they then do like a line wide thing, it's like, well, now I have to reinvest in all of these characters again.
Yeah.
And like after the fourth or fifth time of that, it's just it's too much.
Yeah.
And like especially with comics, they're cost prohibitive at that point because you have to read, 4 from each family of comics to keep up with whatever storyline's going on. And like you can't just read just Justice League. Like you got to read.
I always love the one-offs.
Well, yeah. I mean, those are always.
There was
great.
one of Catwoman. I remember I bought it. Is like kind of like 60s looking.
Was she in
She's in a boat.
Oh,
on a boat.
I made me think of the wrong one. I was thinking of like she was in Rome or something.
Yeah, that was part of it too.
Okay.
But yeah, that one was fun. It was like spy espionage. Like she's trying to rob somebody, of course. But like that was cool. It's
definitely it'll be good. I mean, it won't be good. I don't know what it'll be. I'm willing to give them a chance. I'm willing to not like
same GD storyline for the gazillionth time.
You're talking about Dark Phoenix Saga, Maggie?
Yes.
What do you mean? Maggie, let me ask you.
No.
Do you want to see Dark Phoenix Saga?
No.
Do you want to see the Weapon X Saga?
Not really.
Do you want to see Apocalypse Saga?
No.
Do you want to see First Class Saga?
Not really.
Wait. I know what you want to see. Do you want to see Magneto in the Holocaust again?
I shouldn't like that.
No, I mean, it's just... We're not making fun of that, obviously.
No,
we're making fun
still,
of the fact that we've seen that like 75 times already.
Yeah, and like, I don't know. I'd like to keep the Quicksilver that we got out of the other movies.
Oh, yeah.
I love him.
Evan Peters.
Yeah.
Snooper's gonna snoop.
Yeah.
I've given up on all that.
I say that to my students all the time now.
Really?
Yeah.
I give up on anybody returning, honestly. Like, we may get some people in Secret Wars making cameos and stuff. And like,
I know we're going to get
that.
We're going to get some people in Deadpool 3.
Yeah. But I don't. Nobody's going to be continuing their character from the Fox universe.
No.
Honestly, I'm like, and I could be totally wrong here. I'm kind of expecting Secret Wars, when it ends, that it's a totally new cast for pretty much every character. Like, I could see some people still being around. I could see, like, Anthony Mackie. I could see Benedict Cumberbatch. But, like, honestly, I think I don't think they're going to... I mean, maybe, what's her name? From Black Widow in Midsummer.
Oh, Florence Pugh.
Yeah. And, like, the new Hawkeye. I could see her sticking around. And Moon Knight, probably. If they want Moon Knight to be a thing.
Dang it. What was her name?
The character?
Hawkeye girl. Actress.
Oh.
Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah. But like, I mean, I don't think what's his name is going to stick around as like Bruce Banner.
No,
Mark
Ruffalo, no. As much, I think, as he enjoys it, no.
I'll be honest, and I hate to say this, I don't think Tom Holland's going to be sticking around too long.
He's gone through so much mentally.
Yeah.
Here recently.
And I mean, I don't blame him. With Sony and shit, like, making it not easy to play in this universe, like, it's not worth the headache, you know? And he's got Zendaya, so I mean, he doesn't need anything.
They're wanting to build a life together, apparently. So, I mean, yeah, kudos to him.
I mean, he already did probably the single best Spider-Man movie of all time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I totally get him wanting to leave after that. Like, what else is there to do? You know? And, like, that's fine. Yeah,
bring back Andrew Garfield and just let him.
Here's what we do, Maggie. We build a universe off of Harry Styles' God character from the end of the Eternals.
Patton
Oswalt as the drunk dwarf.
Yeah.
There's our universe.
There we go.
Do you think we get the Mahershala Ali Blade movie at any point? Or do you think that just gets canceled?
I feel like the more and more they push it back, I don't think it's happening.
It definitely is starting to feel like it's not happening. I feel like...
As much as I want it to happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I do too. I feel like that's not going to happen. I feel like Ironheart is not going to happen. I'm pretty iffy on Moon Knight Season 2.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's not going to happen.
No. I mean, you talking about how everything's so interwoven.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, setting up like 5 spin-offs.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of those are going to come out.
Also, the amount of merchandise that they put out for that movie alone.
Yeah.
And I saw it Sunday at Target.
Yeah.
On clearance. The whole entire set.
Yeah.
Of Funko Pops.
Yeah. I hate that.
I hate it too.
But I mean, the movie itself, I loved the original Black Panther.
Yeah.
And like, I get that they were up against a rock and a hard spot. Like, I get that. But like, the movie itself was bloated with setting up
too many
bunch of different things. Yeah. Like, it felt like Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
In that it's like, hey, here's the entire universe. We're just gonna fucking force it right here.
Yeah.
Anyway. So we'll see. We'll see about an X-Men movie. I don't know. I kind of have lost my joy when it comes to Marvel.
Yeah.
Hopefully Loki comes out this week. We'll see if it reignites something in us. Anything else you'd like to say before we move to our headlines?
Nope.
It's time for the headlines.
Headline, Lynn.
Scuttlebutt.
Jesus.
God.
Gotta wake up, everybody, Matt.
Are you gonna sing it? Oh, that's like your thing now.
Scuttlebutt. I can't remember. I'm going
the scuttlebutt.
Scuttlebutt. Because you know what else I'm singing in my brain?
What, Gone by Ben Folds? No. What?
No, what you do with the Bucky stuffed animal.
Oh, Beaver Butt?
Beaver Butt. That's how I sing Scuttlebutt. Scuttle.
Via James Gunn. Woo! James Gunn has resumed writing Peacemaker Season 2. Now the writer's strike is over. And he confirms Freddie Stroma will return as Vigilante. Yes. John Cena will return as Peacemaker.
Of course.
And this is just in the DCU. This is not just Peacemaker. This is saying like DCU in general. Viola Davis as Amanda Waller will return.
She must enjoy doing that.
I think so. Yeah. And Xolo Maridueña as Blue Beetle will return in the DCU. And clarifies that everything... Yes, very excited. Obviously, he was fantastic. Blue Beetle.
There it is.
Don't sleep on Blue Beetle. It's out now digitally. Go check it out. It's so good. It's just so fun. Especially like if you really enjoy like like Miles Morales.
Yes.
Like just that young kind of family oriented type of movie, like it that's what it feels like.
Yes.
It doesn't feel like another, stuffy old superhero fuck,
It's not stereotypical.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, even though it does a lot of the same things that a lot of superhero movies do, it's just the way the character and the life that they infuse in it, it's enough to make it feel brand new. So it's definitely worth checking out. James Gunn also clarifies that everything before Creature Commandos and Superman Legacy is non-canon. Quote, some actors will be playing characters they've played in other stories, and some plot points may be consistent with plot points from dozens of past DC projects, but none of that will be canon.
Okay.
So there you go. So like Peacemaker Season 2 will probably be able to continue from Peacemaker Season 1, but if they decide to do something in Peacemaker Season 3 that is against what happened in Peacemaker Season 1, it's okay because Season 1 is technically non-canon anymore.
Shazam will show up. So
it's kind of, there you go. So it's kind of like everything's like canon until it's not.
Yeah.
Is kind of a better way to say it. Like you can use these, like especially if it's the same actor, you can use these things that already exist with them and just kind of know that like this is the basic premise of their history.
Yeah.
But anything that comes up that might negate something you've seen before, just know that that's fair because it's not technically. But if you want to know like the character and like their stuff and everything, that would be, there you go. So like if they brought Christian Bale in to play Batman, it wouldn't necessarily be the Christian Bale Batman from the Dark Knight trilogy, but you could watch those because I'm sure they're going to be going for a similar thing.
And
not that he's coming back as Batman.
And if he did come back, would we want... I can't do it.
Right. Is that what you're trying to...
Right.
Harvey. It's not.
He didn't have a speech problem.
It's not who I am that defines me.
Okay.
That's what I do. Right. He did have a speech impediment when he had the mask on.
Yeah, I didn't know this.
I mean, like he didn't like officially.
No,
but he
no.
did.
He did. Yeah.
Right.
Because like it was just it's so taut, you
On
know.
his
It's like
nose.
when you hold your nose.
Yeah. Like it was just like oxygen couldn't come in through his nose, and so like it was causing a suction, and it was making his tongue like stick to the roof of his mouth. It's like right.
Oh God, I'm about
Right.
to. All right, let's stop.
All right.
Hey, it's still on you.
Via discussing film, Mattel's CEO calls Daniel Kaluuya's Barney movie. Oh, lost my headphones. There we go. Fun, entertaining, and culturally oriented.
Ooh.
But it will not be an odd movie.
Oh, okay, good.
No,
I
I
was-
think it's funny that
That
he
they-
came
they
out and was
said-
like, don't worry, it's not going to be an odd movie.
No, I was afraid it was going to be like, oh, I'm Barney. Guess what? I kill people. Like that's what I was expecting.
It was never going to be that.
I know, but that's what some people were alluding to, and I was like,
No, that was never going to be the case.
because I'm like
Never.
excited about it. I was
I
a
mean, I'm
Barney.
going to watch it.
I was a Barney kid
Yeah.
through and through when I was little.
But I want it to not, like, if they're going to give it to Daniel Kaluuya, right, let the man cook.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
they have let the man cook.
I'm just saying, like, don't hold him back because you're afraid.
Yeah.
Like, if you're afraid, don't give it to him. You know?
Yeah.
Make fucking Barney and Bebop fuck off in Dinosaur Land. Like, whatever. I don't even know, okay? And whatever that third one was.
PJ.
Sure, whatever the fuck. I don't even care. Right? Like, just do that. Do Elmo and Grouchland again, but it's Barney and Dino Park, okay? Like, if you don't want to do something cool. Now, if you want to do something cool, like Barbie, then do it.
Oh my God,
But just
that's
don't
hilarious.
fucking halfway do it. All right?
Oh my God, oh my God.
Barney comes to the real world.
He comes to life through your imagination, Matt.
Like Drop Dead Fred?
I've never watched Drop Dead Fred. How many times have we went through this? And I don't want to watch it.
No, you don't. It's not good. It's not
Between
good.
hearing you talk about it and your brother talk about it,
Oh my God.
I really don't want to watch Drop Dead Fred.
It's terrible.
No, but like that was in the song. He comes to life from your imagination.
What song? What the fuck are you talking about?
The Barney song.
I love you, you love me.
No, that's the ending song, Matt. It goes to the tune of Yankee Doodle. Let's see.
My name's Barney. I'm a dinosaur.
Let's see.
Shitting on an airplane.
He comes from the land of, let's see. From your imagination. I can't remember all the words. But yeah.
I can't hold the face.
I was about to ask. I saw it. I was about to ask something happened to your mind.
No, that sounds fucking terrible, Maggie.
Well, like
for
Viv
real.
was listening to like a melody of songs
God.
today, and Yankee Doodle was one of them. I was like, oh God, this is the Barney song. That's all I could think of.
All right. Via discussing film, the Marvel's runtime has been revealed. It is 1 hour and 45 minutes, the shortest MCU movie to date.
I'm not mad.
Do you think it'll be good? I've been hearing some things, some stuff and some things.
No, well, like what kind of things?
Like the director's already coming out saying it's not their movie.
No.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. I mean, look at Marvel's track record. Recently.
I'm
Maybe it'll be good. Miss Marvel was good. She-Hulk was good.
yeah, but like this is
Secret
the piece de
Invasion?
resistance. We're getting Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel live action.
I bet it'll be fun.
on the same screen.
I bet it'll be fun.
And Monica Rambeau, like
I bet it'll be fun. I think it'll be a totally fine film.
this anti-feminine men.
That's not what I'm.
already shooting
That's
it
not what
down.
I'm doing.
I know that's not what you're doing.
I'm very pro women.
I'm just saying.
I love the. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Obviously, that's the joke. No, I'm all for it. I hope it does good.
It better.
I just
do
don't.
good.
I just don't know if it will. That's all.
Stop!
That's all I'm
Don't
saying.
say it like that. Don't say it like that.
I'm just saying because I've read things.
Stop reading things
from the people that make it. I don't read just fucking bullshit from idiots online. Okay,
No, you
I'm
don't.
talking about from the director, from the writers, from the actors, like the people involved who are like, yeah, I mean, it'll be good, but like we didn't have like full control over it, so like they're already kind of like setting up a defense about it. Okay, that's when you know like, oh, we just need to go in.
I'm really mad.
Maybe it'll be fun. Maybe it'll be fun. Speaking of Disney,
what did you do?
Via Disney Plus will begin cracking down on password sharing in
bull.
November.
Bull.
That's what they say.
Wimps.
Because if anybody needs more money, it's fucking Bob Iger and Disney. Via Variety, HBO will prioritize writing The Last of Us Season 2, Euphoria Season 3, and The White Lotus Season 3 instead of beginning development on new projects.
Woohoo!
I'm down with that. Obviously,
more White Lotus.
I'm glad they're bringing the goods back.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we want new stuff too, but
yeah, but like,
given the strike and everything, I'm glad that that's where they're focusing.
We need to know what happens in The Last of Us. We need more.
Yeah, we do. God, can't wait.
We need more, and then I want more White Lotus.
Yeah, do an all-star season.
If that's the rumor.
It'd be cool. No, I feel like you gotta do another non-all-star film or all-star season, and then be able to.
Well, apparently, a lot of the fans were wanting the people that have been on White Lotus in the past to come back to solve Jennifer Coolidge's
problem. Her mystery. Yeah, I gotcha.
So,
I mean, that'd be cool. Via Hollywood Reporter, Warner Brothers Discovery has had discussions recently about making a Rick and Morty movie. Also, the new voices have been released. I've heard them. They sound good.
Okay.
Sound good. They don't sound bad. Especially given why they've been replaced.
Yes.
And Dan Harmon has apologized for letting the staff feel unsafe under his watch.
Aww.
Yeah. He's pretty pissed off about it, honestly.
Oh, I say he is.
Yeah. Which is, I mean,
Poor
that's
guy.
just good. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily feel bad for him.
I know, but still, yeah, like you gotten close to this one person.
Yeah. Like he trusted them.
He trusted them, and then
finds out
they shit all over him.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, I mean, they,
Well, I know.
Shit on everybody.
They shit on everybody.
So. Which apparently, I mean, we don't need to get into all that, but some of it's been debunked or something.
Yeah.
But it's also just because it wasn't proven lawfully doesn't mean it didn't happen.
That
actually,
doesn't mean people didn't. That doesn't mean people felt safe. That they didn't feel safe.
Yeah.
There is truth to that.
Just because they couldn't prove it doesn't mean he wasn't a dick. Yeah. You know what I mean? So anyway, lastly, the Strike Force 5. All 5 late night shows are returning this week. So John Oliver, we already watched his last night, and then tonight all the other 4 will be doing their shows. Bum, 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 bum. Do you think Jimmy Fallon addresses what happened during the strike? Where his people came out being oh, he makes it a terrible place to work.
I didn't know that was being said.
Yeah, we talked about it. No, maybe not on the show, but it's been 4 or 5 weeks.
All right, I'll be honest. My
memories,
my Twitter. If you send it to me on that, I haven't been able to check Twitter because it's asking for my password. And guess what?
You don't know it.
I can't remember it.
Well, that's okay. But no, I mean, this has been several weeks ago, and we've talked about it.
We probably have. I just can't remember.
But no, I mean, apparently they had a meeting, and he apologized to him and stuff. But I'm just curious if they're actually gonna, because it's kind of been long enough that it's fell out of the conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, if it actually will.
Now, would they have still done it? Strike Force 5. if the one person didn't leave, James Corden, if he didn't leave, would they have still done the podcast?
Would they have included James Corden?
Yeah.
I forgot about him existing, to be honest.
I mean, many people came out against him.
They
Like,
probably would have, right? I mean, they're not necessarily all friends. Like, they're all friends.
They're all friends.
But, like, James Corden's not necessarily in that friend
and
group.
all of them have ties to each other
Yeah.
in some form.
Yeah.
The Strike Force 5.
Yeah.
But, like, I was wondering that where we was listening to them the other day. I was like, where if they would have included him?
I didn't even think about it. I feel like they would have gotten, what was his name? The guy before James Corden. Craig Ferguson. I feel like they would have got him before they got.
Oh my god, Craig Ferguson would be ridiculous on that podcast.
Oh my god. So yeah, everybody, be sure and you don't have to check it out if you don't want to, but just so you know, they're back. All right, Maggie, let's get into the main. Well, not really the main topics, but the reviews. So first one.
Oh god.
No One Will Save You. These are going to be kind of quick hits. Obviously, X-Men was our main topic tonight, but we just kind of want to touch on a few of the movies that we watched over the weekend. So first, No One Will Save You. This is on Hulu. It is a 20th Century Studios film. I'm trying to remember what she's from, the lead actress.
Oh, she plays the daughter of Julia Roberts and George Clooney in Tickets to Paradise.
Yeah. So, just a basic premise here. We're not going to give anything because we went in pretty much blind.
Yeah.
We didn't watch a trailer. We barely read a synopsis, like barely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as you can see, you can kind of get an idea of what it's about. But basically, there's a lady. She's on her own, and she's kind of an outcast from her town. Lives in a small town.
Mm-hmm.
And then aliens show up.
And there's all kinds of vibes from multiple movies.
Yes.
Flying through it, and I really enjoyed it.
It was definitely,
even though I was probably a good portion of the movie scared out of my mind.
It was it definitely had some scares, which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
It felt like obviously we're spoiler free here. It felt like it had some signs feels. Had some Close Encounters feels.
Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky for sure. Alien, literally like the alien.
Yeah.
But it's definitely more of like a horror film more than like a sci-fi film, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But the one thing that's really cool about it is that there's very little dialogue.
Yeah.
Because she's on her own the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this is a movie I could have made. Like, not as well, but like when I was thinking about like trying to make movies back when I was in my 20s, and like trying to structure something around as few things as possible. So like, what do I have? I have an apartment. I have a actor. So like, what can I do to kind of make something work?
I have a dog.
Yeah.
And a cat.
Yeah. So it was definitely interesting. Maggie, would you recommend it?
I would, especially if you're very much into, what this picture is depicting.
Yes. Aliens. I mean, we can say aliens. Like, I mean, it's definitely.
Also, give me some War of the Worlds vibes too.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few more I'd get into, but I don't want to I don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
I will say, without spoiling. Yeah. I'm sorry. You finish your thought. Yeah. Sorry.
I would recommend it. Especially it's October, spooky season.
Yes.
It's definitely a good little movie to give you the jump scares or get you totally creeped out about noises you hear at night.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd recommend it. I think I'm gonna tell my brother that when he gets a chance that he needs to watch it. He loves this kind of stuff.
I would recommend it with an asterisk. So like, I think just like Maggie said, if you like aliens, if you like, thriller or horror movies, like it's not like there's no guts or anything like, like that. It's more anticipation horror.
It's not a slasher.
Yeah. It's more of like an anticipation, like it's the slow build, right? Yeah. But I will say, saying spoiler free here, the ending, It
That's why I
gives
like it.
it gives context. And now I want to be very, very clear. There is no twist. It's nothing like that.
No, it's not. I'm not showing.
It's nothing like that. But you get context for the events of the movie, and I feel like that kind of lessens everything you just watched, in my opinion, just behind the context. So it's not, again, no twists, and it's not even necessarily like an explanation, right?
Yeah.
But like, it just kind of left me feeling
there.
a little off on the movie, honestly. But I would still, again, if you like these movies, I'm glad I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably a little lower on it than Maggie is, but I mean, you know, I'm glad we watched it. I don't know if I'll ever need to watch it again, unless I've become like a huge fan of like the actress or something. And I mean, like the idea of it's great and everything. It's just, I feel like the ending, it almost feels like they didn't really know how to end it.
Yeah.
And so they just come up with this ending. And I was like, sure, let's
This
just do
works.
that. Yeah, let's just do that.
This works, guys.
And so with that, let's go ahead and go into a spoiler section just for a quick little bit. So, spoilers.
They killed
Skip
all the
ahead.
aliens.
Can't believe they were dead the whole time. Okay. This ending. Okay. Like, it's like, okay. Like, this ending reminds me of when I was a kid and I made a movie called Da Man. Okay. And in this film, Da Man, which is basically a Superman ripoff, the whole movie happens. And then at the end, I'll wake up, right? I'm like, oh my God, it was just a dream. And I did that because as a 10-year-old, I didn't know how to write an ending to a movie, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know how to end something.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll just do that. That's what this feels like to me. Like, it's like, what if we just make them all friends? Okay. And so they do that, and like the rest of the world goes to hell or whatever. I don't know. But the main actress is just dancing with these alien people at the end. And they're like, oh, we're all good. And it's like playing a nice song. And like you see the end go across the screen. And it's like, the fuck is that? Like, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. And maybe I'm missing something.
And it made me chuckle because it reminds me of like a Tim Burton film.
Yeah.
It put me in mind of Big Fish in a way
But,
because
like-
of that town where they throw their shoes up on the lawn.
But here's the thing. Big Fish set that up, though.
Yeah, it did.
This comes out of nowhere. Like, at no point do the aliens give any kind of reasoning for showing empathy towards the main character. You know, like you know, you kind of see one like standing in the room looking at the pictures and stuff, and like kind of getting a vibe for, okay, sure. Like, I'm not saying that they don't
And it's the
have
same.
anything, but
Yeah.
it's just they don't show any reason why the aliens would give a shit, you know?
No.
And like, I love the design of the aliens. I love especially like the
I
weird,
hate the
you
fucking
know,
feet.
the
I'm
weird
so
big
sorry
ones and
I've
shit.
cursed.
But
I did
like,
not like their feet.
but like, you know, I love all that. But then like, you know, the clone thing, like that goes nowhere. Like, what was the point of that? And it almost feels like they're trying to say something, but like they don't really know what they're trying to say. So like it's like they're trying to be artsy without any substance.
Maybe this is doing it on purpose.
Maybe, and maybe that's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong. If I can have like understanding for what they were going for, and if what they were going for was to just be random, then okay, right? Like I can get behind that. But as it is, it didn't play silly enough to earn the ending, and it didn't play ridiculous enough to, you know, the absurdity.
Yeah.
You know, like that was an absurd ending, but like at no other point was there any kind of realm of absurdity.
Yeah.
You know, like even if like the clone had done something ridiculous, right? If they had like, I don't know, danced or like made popcorn,
Yeah.
together. like Bill Murray in Zombieland, right? Like that's absurd, right? And like, so whatever else happens, like, you know, you are in a world of the absurd,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like this ending belongs in a world of the absurd, but at no other point was that absurd.
Yeah.
This reminds me, okay, this is a spoiler, and I don't think you've seen this movie, but that's okay. This is a spoiler for the film Red State. Okay, Red State, Kevin Smith movie. If you have any intentions of ever watching it, all I'm going to say is it's about these. It's basically a horror movie about the Westboro Baptist Church. Okay, if that sounds interesting to you at all, do not listen to anything I'm about to say. Okay, if that sounds interesting at all, now, everybody still here? Okay. Kevin Smith's whole idea with this was, I'm going to make each new scene ramp up, and this movie's going to get more and more insane as it goes. Okay.
Yeah.
So it starts off with three guys, teenage guys, setting up an online thing so they can have sex with a hooker. Okay. The hooker ends up being somebody from Westboro Baptist Church. And so they've tricked the boys. So now they put them in cages, and it's not the actual Westboro Baptist Church.
Yeah.
Put them in cages and take them to the church to get saved. Right. And so then it turns out, they're kind of a cult. And so there's a standoff with the police. And the sheriff is John Goodman, okay? And so they're like, come on, bring him out, all this stuff, right? And like the minister is like super, super religious, right? And so it's building, and like people are starting to die, and like one of the kids is trying to save one of the girls, and like it's crazy, okay? But then at the very end of it, fucking trumpets start blaring. Okay. And it's the rapture. Okay. It's the fucking rapture. And it's insane. Okay. It is one of the greatest fucking things ever. Okay. Like, my jaw's on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? But then he takes it back. And it was their neighbors who grow pot. They're pot farmers. And they were playing a joke on them and started blasting trumpets as if the rapture was happening, so they could laugh at them.
Man.
Yeah. And so this movie feels like they kind of were trying to do something, and like decided that instead of pulling it back as a joke or whatever, to just end it with the joke, right? And that's what it reminds me of. It just reminds me of like, it would have been better if you had just let it go crazy and just fucking end it, right? Swing for the fences and it's just done. But like with this, like if they had just ended, I mean, obviously we're in spoilers for this movie. If they had just ended with them letting her go.
Yeah.
And like she's back in her house or whatever, and it just cut off, like on the road.
Yeah.
She lands on the road.
Shows her walking.
And it just cut off there. Or maybe you get like a little glimpse of her like walking back to her house, and like, she fixes like the bell on the church thing, and she like goes to sleep or something, right? Something like that, sure. But I feel like taking it this extra step, it's just kind of out of nowhere. And it just feels unearned and ridiculous. And like, I don't know. That's me. That's where I'm at. It feels like they were trying to do something funny and fun, but they didn't do anything to earn it.
Yeah.
There you go. Feels like a poorly written Twilight Zone episode. Okay. That's what it feels like.
Okay.
There you go, Maggie. Anything else you want to say?
No.
All right. Moving on.
Yeah.
Paw Patrol. We went and watched Paw Patrol.
The Mighty movie.
They're
Mighty Pups.
I don't have much to say. Do you have much to say on this?
I mean, this is not like me and you agreed. We wasn't like cringing at this. It's not.
It wasn't awful.
There are worse things out there to watch. I know that for a fact. He knows that for a fact.
Yes.
Kid wise.
I didn't want to die watching it.
No. It's cute.
Yeah.
It's cute.
I would rather
puppy dogs with superpowers. It's cute.
Yeah. Like, I'd rather watch this than. I'm literally trying to think of anything. Fucking that Rabbit movie. Or Norm of the North.
Peter.
Or fucking Baby Man.
Boss Baby.
And that Will Smith pigeon movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would much... Like, all of... This is so much better than that.
Yes. And the animation's nice, too.
And I gotta say, Paw Patrol is in a world where they've abolished the police, Yep. And funding is about helping people. Yep. And they all wear body cams and that are on all the time. So, I mean... I'm down with that. They live in a progressive world,
They have radio watches and stuff too.
And they throw their political figures in prison when they're morons. So I mean, I agree with this world. I don't think
like
that this is
world.
a.
Still don't understand how a kid is in charge of this.
They defunded the police, Maggie.
But this child is in charge of all these, dogs that can do all these special things.
Yeah. That's been a conversation for a couple of years now, but
I mean SNL made fun of it a few years
yeah,
back.
I mean there was Patrick Kleptic, he wrote an article about like the fact that it's a police dog and like how like that's kind of forced on kids, like the policemen are heroes and stuff, and like and like how do you deal with that, and is it okay if your kids watch Paw Patrol if you're on the opposite side of how that feels and stuff. And like what do they call it? Like propaganda.
Yeah.
Right, like propaganda. And like listen, here's what I'm gonna say. This is all I'm gonna say. Okay. Talk to your kids. Yeah. If you have an opinion about good or bad, whatever your opinion is, don't rely on a show about talking fucking dogs to teach your kids about right and wrong.
And also if there is
that's it.
A person in their life, like somebody at school that's a resource officer or somebody in the family or whatever, let them talk to them or ask them what they think of those people that they're around.
Basically, don't let a children's cartoon do the parenting.
No.
There you go. No. All right, moving on. No spoilers, right?
Oh, whoa! I went too far. No,
you didn't want to talk spoilers about it.
No, I mean, for God's sakes, everybody.
I put a spoiler thing for the creator. I didn't know if we actually want to talk spoilers, but I put it on there just in case. Okay. We don't have to talk about it. And again, we're just going to kind of go through this
Such an anime movie.
The creator, fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, well, okay. Maybe I should take that back. It's visually fantastic.
Yes.
The story itself is good.
It's good.
It's good. I'm not saying it's mid.
No.
Like, I enjoy the story. I do feel like some of the characters in it are a bit kind of generic.
Yeah, and they're not fleshed out enough.
Yeah, like the bad guys are just bad guys because they're fucking bad guys. Yeah. And the good guys are good guys because they're the fucking good guys. And like that's pretty much it. Like I mean there is a little bit of like the good guys, right? Like the AI, right? Like they do a good job of kind of filling that out, right? Kind of exploring what it means to be a living thing, right? Like what does it mean to be an artificial intelligence versus being a real person? And like where's the line between that and like all of those things, and all of that's really, really good.
Yeah.
But then the bad guy storyline of it is just super generic. Yes. It's just your average chasing movie.
They got out of this truck here. I can tell because that person's dead on the side of the road.
Yeah. And like no matter what they do, they just are constantly finding them and then they run away and then they find them again and then they run away and they find them again. And like, it kind of, it's almost like a Neil Blomkamp movie a little bit, like Elysium or District 9, where like it's such a great world, but like some of the character pieces can be a little lacking. Like the characters... Like, you can tell which characters they cared about and really wanted to explore and which ones were in there to progress the plot. Like that's kind of where it is.
Yeah.
But again, visually outstanding.
Yeah.
Like one of the most beautiful movies of the year.
I agree.
And like the sci-fi on it is, I mean, this world feels like a real world. I kind of feel like I'll feel about this movie the way I'm going to feel about Rebel Moon, where it's like it's not Star Wars, and like not saying that this is trying to be Star Wars, but like it's not Terminator or the Matrix.
It's not tied to any franchise,
even though
it's a standalone. Even though it feels like it,
yeah. And like I think that's going to be kind of where I land on it. Like it's a cool movie, and like if they wanted to do a sequel or something, I mean, I don't see how they would, but if they did, like I'd be down to watch it. And honestly, I just love. Gareth Edwards, right? Yeah.
Williams.
It's Edwards.
Oh.
I know it's at least Edwards. It's Gareth.
Gareth
was a part, but I'm pretty sure it's Gareth Edwards. I'll double check. I'm pretty certain it's Gareth Edwards.
Garth.
Because he also did Godzilla
Yes.
and Rogue One.
Yes.
Gareth Edwards.
Now he directed Rogue One. Did he help write Godzilla?
I'm not sure.
Because he wrote this.
He co-wrote it.
Co-wrote it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know Gary Wood wrote Rogue One, which he also did that movie Monsters, which is what got him the job.
Yeah, that's true.
Monsters is kind of like this. It's like if this and Godzilla were a thing.
Yeah.
Like together, that's kind of what Monsters are.
Yeah.
Really, you need to check out Monsters. It's more of an indie movie, and like there's no real, from what I can remember, there's no real like bad guys in it. So like it really is just a story about these two people trying to get to a place, which is a lot like what this movie is.
Yeah.
But there's, from what I remember, there's no like people chasing them or anything.
Yeah.
It's more just about being in this world.
Yeah. I loved all the robots.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
The design of them were just the ones that made me laugh was I think the police ones.
Yeah, they're like this one.
Well,
similar.
It's similar, but the police ones, remember they had like a dome.
Yeah, they looked like you said.
They look like the Clamulons from Young Justice. It made me laugh.
So like, I think the only place that this really starts to teeter on not working is the antagonists of the story. I feel like at some points the story of the main protagonist can be a little convoluted, a little more so than needed. Like once we get going, it clears up some. Yeah. But like, I feel like they take like 30 steps to get to somewhere that they could have took like 4.
Yeah.
To get to.
I agree.
You know, like they could have made this a little bit simpler, and not as convoluted for just being convoluted's sake. So all that being said, I would still definitely recommend this movie. I would definitely say it's if you love sci-fi, if you love, you know, especially if you're a fan of like Neil Blomkamp, or any of the Gareth Edwards movies that I just mentioned, stuff like even like Sunshine would be another like good spot. Trying to think of literally anything else, but it's solid. It's totally, I think it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
If you can go watch it in theaters, I think it looks really good on the big screen. But if not, I think, you know, you're not going to miss out.
No.
If you just watch it at home. Maggie, what would you say about it?
If you like sci-fi and I'm trying to find my words. My brain's starting to shut down.
You're fine.
I would say if you're very much into the fantasy world of robots and AI and humans trying to coexist with each other.
Yeah.
Because there's some people that like that kind of genre of movies. I mean, there's been countless ones made.
This is very similar to the second Renaissance on the Animatrix. So if you watched that, if you know what that is, and you liked it, then you should definitely watch this.
Yes, and it's very anime in the way that the robots are designed, and how, just how some, like, there's a, would this be a spoiler about the ship, the big one?
I mean, just that it exists.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you know,
there's a really big ship. Just the way it's designed.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of something from an anime.
It's got a lot of anime inspirations, but at no point does it feel like it has the like, if you don't watch anime, it doesn't feel like it's too anime, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of like The Matrix. Like, you know, before you knew that it was inspired by a bunch of anime, it was just really cool.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's kind of what this is. It's also very thoughtful. Mm-hmm. Just like, you know, speaking to like what a soul is, and I mean, even though they don't really go down that rabbit hole specifically, like, it is just kind of that conversation of what is life, you know, what is empathy, you know, and so I mean, it kind of explores those, but again, it does kind of fail a little when it comes to the antagonist. I feel like that's just the weakest link, and unfortunately, that's a pretty big part of the story. So you know, there it is. Anything else you want to say about it?
No, I don't think so.
I think the last thing I'll say is, if you don't like sci-fi, I don't think you should watch it.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like this is a movie my dad would be all about.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
But like, if you're just not into sci-fi stuff, then I mean, I don't think this is going to change your
No.
view on it. Like if you watch like Star Wars and you're like, this sucks,
Yeah.
or I mean, The Matrix, or even something
Yeah.
along the lines of like Deep Impact or something, and you're just like, oh, I hate this crap. Then yeah, you probably shouldn't check this out.
No.
But it's good. It's thoughtful. So,
Mhm.
anything else you want to say?
Nope.
All right. No spoilers.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any I want to talk about.
No, I don't either.
So let's get into our fall 2023 ranking. Currently, at number 4, A Haunting in Venice. Number 3, Love at First Sight. Number 2, The Nun 2. And at number 1, One Piece. Maggie.
Oh man.
Let's start with Paw Patrol. Do we want to go ahead and list it at number 7?
Yeah.
I mean, because it's going to go below Haunting in Venice at the
yes,
least, right?
yes.
Okay.
I agree. Unless
it's not bad.
something happens that
Like, it's not bad at all. It's just
no.
I will never watch this again unless I have to, which I will have to. So you know what I mean? Like, this would never be the choice movie.
It's like how I know Super Mario Brothers movie by heart.
But that's a good movie though.
Yes.
Okay. So let's go ahead. Which one do you want to do next? So I feel like we're gonna have a conversation with either one of them. It's No One Will Save You and The Creator.
Let's do No One Will Save You.
Okay. So, where are you feeling No One Will Save You? And don't say what you think. I want to hear it.
No,
Tell me
no,
where
no,
you
no.
want to put it. Because I know you really enjoyed it.
Okay, I had to think about what Love at First Sight was. I was like, I remember us watching it and
Yeah.
us liking it, but I couldn't remember the faces in it.
Yeah.
But now I do. No One Will Save You. I'm thinking number 3.
Below The Nun 2 and above Love at First Sight.
Yep.
So here's the thing. I'm feeling the same, but I'm feeling that for both it and The Creator. Where are you feeling The Creator?
Oh, well, definitely above
Love at First Sight.
Sight, yes.
I mean, I could see an argument for it above The Nun 2, but I know for you, I feel like you enjoyed The Nun 2 more.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean,
God,
I feel like
wild.
Yeah, The Nun 2 is really good.
Yeah, it was. And the fact that it's got continuity, Matt.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. So, like, I guess the question is, which one's better? No One Will Save You or The Creator? And what sucks is we both
We're split.
are different on
Yeah.
both. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I like The Creator more than No One Will Save You, and you like No One Will Save You more than The Creator.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming you would put No One Will Save You above The Creator.
I would. Yeah.
Okay. Like, I definitely do not care for the ending of that. Again, spoiler free. But I will say, whereas I feel like The Creator had some really interesting takes throughout.
Mm-hmm.
It also was suffering throughout from the antagonist.
Yeah.
Just being pretty generic.
Yes.
Whereas No One Will Save You had some really interesting highs throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Except for me, the very low at the end.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
And not necessarily that it's like a terrible ending. It just feels like it's from out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And so, personal list, I would probably put The Creator above No One Will Save You. Just out of a personal preference. But for us, for Hopefully Awesome, I'm down to put No One Will Save You above The Creator. I can see an argument for that, and so I'm okay with that.
Okay.
So, new number 3. Woo! No One Will Save You. Because it's from out of nowhere, and it was really well done.
Yeah, it was. And it didn't look like crap either.
Yeah. And like,
neither one of them did.
and like the fact that she carries the entire movie on her own, like, I mean, it's really
And
well made.
We see all range of emotions
Yeah.
from her.
I mean, it is really good. It's honestly,
bananas.
I can definitely see that being above
Yeah.
the creator for sure.
I'm sorry I keep on rubbing my eyes so much. My eyelashes or contact one is like going berserk.
I'm sorry.
So that's why I'm rubbing my eyeball. I promise I do not have some weird disease.
All right. New ranking at number 7, Paw Patrol, the Mighty Movie. Number 6, A Haunting in Venice. Number 5, Love at First Sight. Number 4, The Creator. Number 3, No One Will Save You. Number 2, The Nun 2. And at number 1, One Piece.
Yeah, One Piece, stay strong.
Next week, everyone, we will be watching The Exorcist Believer.
God, no. Cue the Michael Scott gif right now. God, no!
Will it be higher than The Nun 2? Will it be higher than Nun 2? We'll see. It'll
I'm
either.
hoping it's not.
Here's the thing. It's either going to be a freaking phenomenal movie and I'm going to love it and it'll be the new number 1.
Yeah.
Or it'll be lower than Paw Patrol. Okay? Like, there's not going to be a middle for this because it's got the biggest hill to climb. And if it's mid,
Matt.
it's not going to be good.
Matt.
They need all the
They
exorcisms.
need all the exorcisms.
I swear, I really
All
hope,
of them.
I really hope that's just a marketing thing, and that's
I
not.
hope it is too. And I
that's
bet
not the
that
actual
actress
thing.
absolutely hated saying that.
But it's Blumhouse, so I mean, it's got to be. I would be shocked if it's terrible. Like I really would be shocked if it's terrible.
I don't know, man.
Now the only other thing is if it's not terrible, I could see it being too far with the kids and just me not being able to watch that, and just, I mean, honestly, this, if it goes a certain way, I could see me just leaving the theater, honestly. Like, this could be one of those movies where I'm just like, this is great, nothing against it, I don't need that in me, so I'm just not, no, I mean, not the fucking demons and shit, I don't give a fuck about any of that, but like, like, just things happening with kids, I don't need to watch a movie that bad to have just that feeling inside, I have more in life than that, so I'll just come home and watch Paw Patrol, the Mighty Movie again. All right, everybody, that's gonna wrap it up this week. We'll be back again tomorrow with the Ahsoka series finale.
Woo!
Or season finale. I don't know if they're planning on a second season. Then we'll be back on Wednesday, special day, with going back to Smallville for Smallville season 4 episode 2.
Yeah, Super Nice Billy Back is taking a back seat this week.
Yes,
guys.
it'll be back next week though. And then on Thursday, come join us for our watch along watch party with Loki season 2 premiere.
Whoop, whoop,
All
whoop.
3 of these will be live at 9 Eastern Time, 6 Pacific. So come hang out with us. Join us in the chat. It's going to be good times, fun times all around. That's going to wrap it up for us, everybody. Thanks for watching. And as always,
Have a hopefully awesome day.
bye.